From identity theft to cyberbullying, the range of online threats is vast and can leave lasting emotional and financial scars. Joe Albanese's experience with online threats began one seemingly ordinary morning when he opened his email to find a message that would turn his life upside down. The subject line was stark and alarming, immediately capturing his attention. "Your silence will cost you." As he read through the email, a wave of dread washed over him. The sender, an anonymous individual, demanded a ransom, threatening to release sensitive information if Joe did not comply. Initially, Joe felt a mix of disbelief and confusion. He questioned whether this was a prank or a serious threat. However, as he read the email multiple times, the gravity of the situation began to sink in, and panic set in. As days passed, the threats escalated. Joe received follow-up emails that were increasingly aggressive, each one more menacing than the last. The sender provided specific details about Joe's life, which made the threats feel all the more real and personal. Joe's sense of safety began to erode. He found himself constantly looking over his shoulder, feeling vulnerable in his own home. The once comforting familiarity of his surroundings transformed into a source of anxiety. He became hyper-aware of his online presence, scrutinizing every post and interaction, fearing that any misstep could lead to further repercussions. The emotional toll was significant. Joe struggled to focus on work and personal relationships as the looming threat consumed his thoughts. Faced with this escalating nightmare, Joe grappled with the decision of whether to involve the police. He weighed the potential benefits against the fear of making the situation worse. On one hand, he knew that law enforcement could provide guidance and possibly track down the sender. On the other hand, he worried about the stigma of being a victim and the possibility that the police might not take his case seriously. After much deliberation, Joe ultimately decided to report the threats, feeling that he had no other choice. He reached out to local authorities, who assured him that they would take the matter seriously and investigate the situation. In the aftermath of his decision, Joe took additional steps to enhance his personal safety. He changed his passwords, tightened his privacy settings on social media, and even consulted with a cybersecurity expert to better protect his online presence. The experience was harrowing, but it also served as a wake-up call for Joe. He realized the importance of being proactive about personal safety in the digital age. While the threats were terrifying, Joe's journey through this ordeal highlighted the resilience of the human spirit and the necessity of seeking help when faced with danger. Ultimately, he emerged from the experience more aware and vigilant, determined to reclaim his sense of security. In the vibrant nightlife of Los Angeles, DJ Alex Rivera was known for his electrifying sets and magnetic stage presence. However, behind the glitz and glamour lay a troubling reality. An obsessive fan named Mark had fixated on him for several years. Initially, Mark's admiration seemed harmless. He would attend every show, cheering enthusiastically, and even approaching Alex after performances to express his appreciation. At first, Alex welcomed the support, enjoying the connection with his audience. However, as time went on, Mark's behavior began to shift from enthusiastic fandom to something more unsettling. The progression of Mark's obsession became increasingly evident. He started showing up at venues unannounced, often arriving hours before the doors opened. His presence became a constant, and Alex began to feel a sense of unease. Despite attempts to disengage, such as avoiding eye contact or politely declining conversations, Mark persisted. He began sending Alex messages on social media, escalating from compliments to more personal remarks that made Alex uncomfortable. The once flattering attention turned into a source of anxiety as Mark's fixation deepened. He would comment on Alex's personal life, referencing details that made it clear he was monitoring his every move. The psychological toll of this prolonged harassment weighed heavily on Alex. What began as a passion for music and performance transformed into a cycle of fear and stress. He found himself second-guessing his choices, from the venues he played to the people he surrounded himself with. Sleep became elusive, as he often lay awake, worrying about Mark's next move. The joy of performing was overshadowed by the constant dread of encountering his obsessive fan. Friends and colleagues noticed the change in Alex. He became withdrawn and anxious, struggling to maintain the vibrant persona that had once defined him. The emotional burden of feeling unsafe in his own life was overwhelming, leading to moments of despair and isolation. In an effort to reclaim his sense of safety, Alex sought legal recourse. However, navigating the legal challenges of harassment proved to be a daunting task. He faced difficulties in obtaining a restraining order, as the legal system often required substantial evidence of threats or violence. Despite documenting Mark's behavior and gathering witness statements from friends and venue staff, the process felt frustratingly slow. Each court appearance was a reminder of the ongoing struggle, and Alex often left feeling defeated. The legal hurdles only added to his anxiety, as he grappled with the reality that his situation was not unique, but rather a reflection of a broader issue faced by many public figures. Ultimately, Alex's journey through this ordeal highlighted the complexities of dealing with obsessive fans and the profound impact such experiences can have on mental health. While he fought to protect himself, he also sought to raise awareness about the challenges faced by artists in the public eye, advocating for better support systems for those dealing with harassment. Through resilience and determination, Alex aimed to reclaim his life and passion for music, hoping to inspire others facing similar struggles to seek help and find their voice. Christian had always trusted his friend Katie, so when he received a message from her one evening, he didn't think twice about it. The text read, "Hey Christian, I found this amazing opportunity for us to check out a new art exhibit downtown. It's exclusive, and I got us on the guest list. Can you meet me at the gallery at 8 p.m.? Excited about the prospect of a fun night out, Christian quickly agreed. However, as the hour approached, a nagging feeling began to creep in, prompting him to reconsider the situation. As he prepared to leave, Christian started to notice some red flags. First, Katie had never mentioned this exhibit before, and he couldn't recall her ever being particularly interested in art. Additionally, the gallery was located in a part of town known for its nightlife, but also for its occasional trouble. The more he thought about it, the more he realized that Katie had not provided any details about the exhibit itself, such as the artist featured, or even the name of the gallery. This lack of information felt unusual, especially for someone who was typically enthusiastic about such events. Moreover, Christian recalled that Katie had mentioned a few weeks earlier that she was going through a tough time and had been feeling overwhelmed. This made him wonder if she might be trying to distract herself or even manipulate him into joining her for reasons that weren't entirely clear. As he stood in his living room, ready to leave, he decided to reach out to Katie for more information. "Hey Katie, I'm excited about the exhibit, but can you tell me more about it? Who's showcasing their work?" he texted, hoping to clarify the situation. When Katie responded, her reply was vague and evasive. "Oh, it's just a small thing, but I promise it'll be fun. Just trust me." This response raised even more alarms in Christian's mind. He felt a sense of unease wash over him, and the excitement he initially felt began to dissipate. Trusting his instincts, he decided to cancel his plans. "I'm sorry, Katie, but I can't make it tonight. Let's catch up another time," he texted back, feeling a mix of relief and apprehension. In the days that followed, Christian learned from mutual friends that the gallery had been hosting a series of underground events that attracted unsavory characters. It became clear that he had narrowly avoided a potentially dangerous situation. By listening to his instincts and recognizing the red flags, Christian had managed to sidestep what could have been a trap. This experience served as a powerful reminder of the importance of trusting one's gut feelings and being cautious, even when it comes to friends. It reinforced his belief that sometimes it's better to prioritize personal safety over social obligations, no matter how enticing they may seem. If you found this video hauntingly intriguing and worth delving into, please consider subscribing to the Terror Tour Guide channel for more hauntingly scary content.